How should we get rid of jealousy and anger? By deleting the word we from this. Why couldn't you ask, how should I get rid of jealousy and anger? Anubhav. Why this plurality?
Basically for me also.
So why does me becomes we? That is why the jealousy and anger are there. See, M, and it has been inverted. Entire life becomes inverted. The absence of I is the root of jealousy and anger. This we, the cumulative mind, the collective mind, the social mind, the comparative mind, that lives in we, that lives in a tribe. Jealousy cannot be there without the other. Jealousy is born out of comparison. Jealousy is born from a mind in which many are living. To say that there are many means that there are different entities, and to say that there are different entities means you have already compared them. Can you say that X is different from Y without comparing X and Y? V means different entities are present, and wherever there are different things, there would definitely be comparison and hence jealousy. When the mind does not know the infinite, and there are not many infinities, there cannot be many infinities, there is only one infinity. When the mind does not know the infinite, it lives in tiny plural finites. All of these are measurable. The mind continuously keeps taking measure of all these. And because it is not living in the infinite, because it is living in its own limited sense of self, so it is afraid. It will compare. The only one who does not compare is the one who lives in the infinite. Now there can be no comparison. Infinity cannot be compared. Till the time you have any kind of estimation of yourself, you will compare. Do you know estimation? Such is my height, such is my worth, so many marks do I get, this is the amount of money that I earn. Till the time there is any bit of identification with this, till the time you have taken yourself as a quantity that can be measured, estimated, a number that can be attached to yourself, there is bound to be comparison, because numbers are meant to be compared. And where there is comparison, there is jealousy. Jealousy is nothing but the feeling to have a higher number. I need to have a higher number. And you will always want a higher number till the time there is a number that is important to you. If your salary figure is important to you, you cannot avoid being jealous of someone who earns more than you. If your percentage is important to you, you will not be able to avoid being jealous of someone who has everything that is quantifiable, that can be put in numbers, is a source of jealousy. What all can be put in numbers? The complexion of your skin can be put in numbers, right? You can measure it. A scale of brightness or something. It must already be there. No, you would be jealous. You would surely be jealous. My wife is of a less yeah, fancied complexion than my brother's wife. So gone. My height, everything. What have I just said? I have just said that what we are, our sense of it comes from some kind of measurement. We think of ourselves as a finite entity that can be measured. In what ways do we measure ourselves? Tell me of ways in which we measure ourselves. How do you measure yourself?
By my height, weight.
Height, weight, and
knowledge.
IQ, that's a number. And
Family background.
yeah, can we put that in number? Obviously we can put that in number. My grandfathers had 25 acres of land. Your grandfather had 55, so measured. And how else do we measure ourselves? Qualifications, obviously. I have had 24 years of education. You have only had 20 years of education. I'm assuming that you didn't flunk and hence have more years. Achievements, the number of certificates.
Experiences.
The diversity of experiences, the number of countries I have visited. All these are numerically expressed, are they not? Yes? Yes?
Pocket money.
Pocket money, yeah. Pocket money, how heavy is my pocket?
Number of followers.
Number of followers, yeah, obviously. My display pic, 150 likes. Your pic, only 40. Nothing.
Even number of girlfriends.
Number of girlfriends.
Food.
And for the girlfriends, the numbers attached to their body, 36 or 26. Gone. So you always keep measuring yourself, don't you? Don't you? Do we see this? We always keep measuring ourselves in 1,000 ways. Wherever there is measurement, there is an assumption that you are a limited and finite entity. And wherever there will be measurement, there would be comparison. And where there is comparison, there is finished. Simple. So how to get rid of jealousy then?
You should not compare.
You will compare till the time you are a number. How not to be jealous then?
You should not measure ourselves.
But you will keep measuring yourself till the time you think you are finite and limited. So how not to measure yourself? Consider yourself as infinite. Rahulji, how big is the infinite? This big, that big? Which one? Which infinite? That one or this one? Black one or white one? Whenever you will think of the infinite, you will make it finite. Because you will attach some kind of qualification to it. The infinite is not to be thought of. You cannot consider yourself as infinite. Oh, I was feeling, a little down since the morning. So what did I do? I said, oh, okay, I'm infinite. I'm so jealous of my neighbor. He has got a new car. So what did I do? I'm infinite. You don't consider yourself as infinite. You have to know yourself as infinite. And how do you do that?
Die.
How do you do that?
Open your eyes.
In more tangible ways.
The
More-
numbers need to be small.
Don't take the numbers seriously. Is that easy? Is that actionable? Can you start doing that? Don't take anything seriously that can be expressed in. Write that down. Let's not take anything serious. For you, not let's. You'll write down, I will not take. I will not take anything seriously that can be expressed in numbers. and I will give great importance to that. Next statement, I will give great importance to that which can never be expressed in numbers. Now what is it that cannot be expressed in numbers? Anubhav,
Yes, sir.
what is it that cannot be expressed in numbers? Is there something in your life that cannot be numerically expressed? Nothing?
Emotions.
They can be expressed. How many tears? 25 milliliter of water. More emotions.
How many minutes of anger?
Minutes of anger. It can be numerically expressed. How many cups did you smash in anger? How many months of jail? All these can be numerically. What is it that cannot be numerically expressed? See? Will you say to your mother or to your friends 2.5 grams of love? Can you say that? Will you say that? It's impossible to quantify them. When something cannot be put in a finite measure, then it is called infinite. That is what is infinite. That which cannot be measured or expressed numerically is the taste of infinite. So the infinite is not something far away, unattainable. It is so close, so very close. Love and joy, are they things from another galaxy? So why think of these as, oh, they are the 200th level of consciousness beyond me? Is love beyond you? You have any taste of it? So it's not beyond anybody, right? In the finite, if there is jealousy, in love there can be no jealousy, right? In the numerically expressed, if there is anger, then in the infinite, which is the simple things like love, like simplicity, like attention, like truth, there can be no anger. Getting it?
But sir, we often say that कि उसने थोड़ा सा सच बताया या थोड़ी बात सच बोली. सर वो तो measure हो.
थोड़ा सा तथ्य बताया. That can be numerically measured. Yes. Facts can be numerically measured. We said no, somebody is peeping from the keyhole. He will see a little bit. So he goes out and he says Prashant was in. So he told a little bit of the fact. There quantification is possible. Truth is indivisible. So there are no parts. You cannot say that a little bit of truth has been told. First of all, there is nothing called little bit. Second, it cannot be told. Clear? Do you remember this? Not to take numbers seriously. What we live in is a world of numbers. See, everything is numbers. What we call as life itself is measured in numbers. 80 years of age. So in some sense it is not easy to not to take numbers seriously, but the one who learns that art is the one who conquers jealousy. Numbers will keep coming to you always. The train is 4 hours late. Is there a number here?
Yes.
Now if you take this number seriously, then anger is inevitable. Oh, she spent only 2 minutes with me. If you take the number seriously, then you are gone, because 2 minutes is nothing. What is important is the depth of those 2 minutes, not the number. Because if you are attached to the number, then you will say 120 minutes would have been far better. She could have spent at least 2 hours with me. Instead of that, how much time did she spend? 2 minutes. Now you will be disappointed, and hence there would be anger. But if you are more concerned with the depth of those 2 minutes, and if there is depth, then 2 minutes are longer than 2 centuries. If there is depth, then time changes. Time is in mind. If there is depth in attention, then time stops. 2 minutes are then 2 centuries. Then there can be no disappointment. You will say, oh, she spent 2 centuries with me. Those 2 minutes were so long. Right? Not the number, but that which cannot be measured in numbers. All right?